would have thought that a simple bus stop could have escalated into a months-long row in which accusations of betrayal have been hurled by angry retirees, culminating in a dramatic meeting between more than 100 residents of a Christchurch retirement village and the regional council. The stoush began when it became clear to residents earlier this year that they would lose their local bus stop due to roading changes on nearby QE2 Drive. The Diana Isaac Retirement Village protested in force, and the council proposed an alternative that would still give residents who can no longer drive a lifeline to the outside world. But now the new proposal has also been scrapped. And as video journalist Logan Church found out, some residents are at a loss as to what to do now.
Without transport it'll be rough when the wheels have fallen off. Growing old is tough enough without this added burden.
That's a choir of fed-up residents at the Diana Isaac Retirement Village. The man behind the music, 77-year-old Mari Lennox, has rewritten the words to the children's classic, The Wheels on the Bus, to something more pointed towards the Canterbury Regional Council.
My wife and I were walking back over the townhouse and she said, why don't we use the wheels on the bus? Right. And that went down very well, and so I sat down and wrote it out.
Oh, how greatly we'll rejoice if they hear our cry.
It all started in March, when 3 busloads of angry retirees turned up on the Regional Council's doorstep demanding their bus route remain or a better alternative be found. The next nearest stop is about 1 kilometre away, and that's a very long way if you use a walker or mobility scooter. The council did find an alternative, rerouting the nearby 44 service, but after consulting property owners around the village and receiving just over 100 submissions against the proposal, they've dropped it. But Murray says that still doesn't solve the problem.
Well, it would be nice to have some form of transport that was accessible. That's basically what we're asking for.
And that leads us to yesterday's meeting, where the Regional Council fronted up at the village to explain what's happened.
And so we're left with the decision that we can't extend the 44 in the way we intended. So what we're thinking about now is what other options have we got? How can we provide public transport connectivity to the village, given that the constraints we have around the orbiter and the community not wanting large buses and practically large buses through that neighbourhood aren't going to work.
That's Stuart Gibbon, the council's public transport senior manager. The council's besieged on all sides on this one. These residents want public transport, while those living outside the village don't want more buses. They have, technically, followed the proper process to the letter. Stuart Gibbon told the meeting new options could be to construct a new bus turnaround for another bus or some other more flexible transport service. One resident especially worried about not having a bus is 80-year-old Gilda Harding.
I only have my licence for 2 years now. When I lose it, it will make a huge difference.
Ryman Healthcare, who owns the village, is equally unimpressed. In a statement, it says the council promised to bend over backwards to find a solution, but it hasn't. And Ryman says it will work constructively with it to try and find alternatives, but the bottom line is the council has cut a bus service to 900 people. And Gilda says that's not good enough.
One of the advantages of coming into Diana Isaac was the fact that there was a bus route, and I do feel that ECAN has a legal obligation to provide transport for us, especially retirement villages, because people have lack of mobility.
The wheels of the bus go round and round, and we will miss this song.
That was Logan Church reporting there, and a full version of the new and improved Wheels on the Bus with the new lyrics can be found on our website.